Hello students, welcome to BTech 360. For years, IIT placements have been sold as bulletproof. High salaries, guaranteed success is straight road to prosperity. But the data tells a very different story. Across 18 IITs for which we've got data, median salaries have fallen sharply. In some cases by as much as 5 lakh rupees in just 1 year. That's as much as 35% for that particular institution. This is not about a few weak branches or one bad campus. This seems to be systemic. This is across India's most prestigious engineering institutions, which is what bothers us. Why is this happening? Is it the job market, the hiring model, the inflated past claims, or something deeper? Today, we strip away the hype and look at the numbers only. Because when median salaries fall, it's a warning, not just a coincidence. Let us go through the numbers one by one and we explain to you what seems to be a very perennial problem that IITs are right now facing. Before I move any further, if you're not subscribed to BTech 360, do it right now. It's in your own interest because we're going to dig deeper to get you data that helps you decide the best college, the best course, the best pathway, the best branch also for you. So do subscribe to BTech 360 if you're not already done that. Now let's talk of what is the issue that we're talking of, right? Right now, what I'm showing right now is the IIT Delhi, Indian Institute of Delhi. It's a filing that they made to the Government of India, which is called National Institutional Ranking Framework, Ministry of Education, Government of India. So this is actually on an affidavit. IIT Delhi has given a statement to the Government of India. Here, when you look at it closely and look at the median salaries over the last 3 years for which it's available, and we're talking of 21-22, 22-23 and 23-24. The median salary, which is 20.5 lakh, has fallen down to 20 lakh and has further fallen down to 19 lakh 8,000. So over the last 3 years, the median salary seems to have fallen dramatically. It is not just the case. If you look at it much more closer, in 21-22, 685 students graduated and 621 were placed, almost 90%. When it came down to 22-23, 835 graduated and 676 were placed. This has come down to almost 80%, close to 80%, if you look back at the numbers, right? And in 22-23, what was 946? So the intake has increased, but the numbers haven't kept pace with the kind of increase that you have. So here it's only 711 students. So when you look at this, suddenly what you're dealing with is what was 90% kind of a placement has come down to about 75% placement over 3 years. Along with that, you actually see the median salary also falling. So what we did was, this is an example of the kind of data that we collected that I wanted to show you. And then I'll show you across in terms of a sheet that we created, a template that we created of how each of the IIMs performed and what exactly. But the data is coming from a similar filing that has been done by all the IITs. Now, look at it this way. IIT Ropar, last year, this is 22-23, 23-24, the intake increase has gone up by 40 students. So the intake has gone up by 40 students. But the overall placements has fallen by 27 students. So what was, for example, 1,000 would have fallen down to, minus 27. Whereas the intake has increased, the overall placements has fallen. Now this is alarming, which means that they're not even able to place the same number of students that they placed earlier, even though the intake has increased. Isn't that alarming? And that is what we're showing here. In the case of IIT Palakkad, the intake increased by 7 students, but the placement, the number of students who were placed has fallen down year on year by 25 students. In the case of IIT Jammu's 24 students was the increase and 21 students is the fall. Mandi, 40 students, the intake increase, but the number of students who were placed fell in the overall number between the last 2 years by 11 students. In Tirupati, 34 was the increase and 6 was the fall. In Indore, 66 was the increase and 4 was the fall. So what we're essentially talking about here is that while the intake increased, the actual number of students who were placed had fallen from what it was last year. Is this just a percentage fall that we're seeing? No. I'll show you why I'm saying that. You look at the median salary of some of these institutions. In 22-23 for IIT Tirupati, the median salary that they claimed in their NIRF documents with the Government of India was 16 lakhs. In 23-24, it fell down to 11 lakhs. That's a 5 lakh drop or a 31% drop. 31% drop for one single IIT. In the case of IIT Jammu, what was 16 lakhs has fallen down to 11.69 lakh, which is a drop of 4.3 lakh or 26.91% fall. In the case of IIT Kharagpur, what was 24 lakh has come down to 19.76 lakh. Now remember, this is a premier IIT that we're talking about, which is 4.24 lakh rupees kind of a fall. Now that is dramatic, isn't it? It's 17-18% drop in median salary. Is a dramatic fall for IIT Kharagpur. It's no longer a baby IIT that we're talking about. We're now going beyond that. Jodhpur, 16 lakhs has fallen to 12 lakhs, which is 4 lakhs fall, 25% fall. In the case of IIT Kanpur, what was 23 lakh has fallen down to 19.4 lakh, a 3.6 lakh rupee median salary fall. Now, what we're talking about is median salaries, remember that, which means it reflects everything that's happening at the IITs. It's no longer an anecdotal number. We're talking of median salaries, which means we're talking of right in the middle of the stack, right? Which is a 15.65% drop. In IIT Mandi, what was 22 lakhs has fallen down to 18.5 lakh, which is 3.5 lakh drop. 15.91% is the drop. Is this unique? No, because this seems to have happened across 18 of the 23 IITs that we're talking of. 18 IITs is what we're showing you right now, right? If you go to Dharwad, what was 14.85 lakh in 22-23 has fallen down to 11.62, a 3.23 lakh rupee difference drop, and 21.75%. Ropar, 20 lakhs has become 16.97, 3 lakh drop, 15.15%. Dhanbad, 15 lakhs has come down to 12 lakh, 3 lakh drop, 20%. Bhilai, 15 lakhs has become 12 lakhs, 3 lakh drop, 20%. Roorkee, 19.69 lakh has come down to 17 lakh, 2.69 lakh, 13.66% drop. Guwahati, 21.6 lakh has become 19.48 lakh, 2.12 lakh is a drop, 9.81%. Further, as I told you, 18 IITs have seen a drop in the median salary, and we're talking of up to a lakh. There is a couple of them which have fallen below that also, but we're not even talking of that, right? Palakkad, 14.1 lakh has become 12 lakh, a 14.8% drop. Right. Gandhinagar, 16 lakhs has become 14 lakh, 2 lakh drop, 12.5%. Goa, 15 lakhs has become 13 lakhs, 2 lakh drop, 13.33%. Bhubaneswar, 15.98 lakh has become 14 lakh, 1.98 lakh, 12.39%. IIT Indore, 21.2 lakh has become 19.48 lakh, 1.72 lakh is a drop, 8.11%. IIT Delhi, 20 lakh has become 19.08 lakh, a drop of close to a lakh, 4.6% drop. But they have seen a drop when the inflation is about 7-8%. So when you compare it in real terms, this drop is much bigger. Remember that. This drop is much bigger in real terms because we are still not factored in inflation in this whole thing. And now we're talking about the average of the median salaries for the top of the 18 IITs that I showed you. It's 18 lakh was the salary earlier in 24. In 25, it's become 15.17 lakh. This is NRF data, right? So this is 22-23 and 23-24. Remember that. The difference is 2.91 lakh, which is 16% of the drop. For the last available data on a government website, which is NIRF, what we're talking of is a 17% drop in the median salaries of 18 IITs. This should shock all of us. If you take all the IITs, all the 23 IITs, then the drop is 2 lakh. Because a few of them also would have grown, about 4 of them would have grown or 5 of them would have grown. And what was 18.24 lakh has become 16.24 lakh. Still, across all the IITs, we see a 2 lakh drop, which is 11% drop. So very clearly, there seems to be a trend which suggests a fall in the salaries at IITs, maybe because of increasing capacities. But when they're increasing capacity also, remember that they're unable to place what is the increased capacity. The overall placement for the increased capacity also, we've done one more video on this, has also fallen, where for the assuming you increase the seats by 100, only 25 getting placed and 75 not getting placed. So this cannot be a reason that just that there is increased capacity, that's why the median salary has fallen. The increased capacity is not getting placed as much as what the earlier capacities were, while the median salaries across all IITs seem to have fallen. There are only two ways of dealing with it. Either the earlier data that they were submitting was a complete big fat lie, or there seems to be a systemic problem. I hope this is answered by the IITs themselves, by the government, by the people who are dealing with this entire thing, because there seems to be a very serious problem out here in terms of the outcomes that we are promising to the student and whether we are able to deliver on the outcomes. Thank you so much. Namaste.